My squad kept joking about my name until it showed up on an award. My last name is Kralik. Yes, really. Private First Class Marcus Kralik. My parents thought it was a distinguished family name with heritage. The army thought it was comedy gold. From the moment I stepped off the bus at basic training, I heard every punchline possible. Hey Kralik, you going to bail on PT? Kralik, make sure you don't live up to your name out there. The drill sergeants ate it up. My fellow recruits ate it up even more. I told myself it would end once I got to my unit. Real soldiers wouldn't care about something as dumb as a name. I was wrong. Specialist Torres started it on my first day. He read my name tape and laughed so hard he had to sit down. Within a week, the entire squad was in on it. They'd call me Coward instead of my first name. They'd pretend to be scared whenever I walked into a room. Oh no, Kralik's here. Everyone hide. Staff Sergeant Mitchell thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen. He'd send me on fake missions to get coffee and tell everyone I was running from the enemy. The whole bay would erupt in laughter when I came back. I tried to play along at first, laughed when they laughed, pretended it didn't bother me, but 6 months of the same jokes wore me down. I started eating alone, stopped going to the day room, just stayed in my bunk reading or staring at the ceiling. Torres noticed I'd gotten quiet. He pulled me aside one day and asked if I was good. I told him I was fine. He nodded and walked away. The jokes continued. Then we deployed. The first 3 months were routine. Patrols, checkpoints, the usual. The jokes slowed down but never stopped. Every time we rolled out, someone would whisper, "Don't be a Kralik out there," loud enough for everyone to hear. On month 4, everything changed. We were running a convoy through a village we passed through dozens of times. I was in the third vehicle sitting behind Torres. When the lead truck hit an IED, the explosion was so loud I couldn't hear anything for 10 seconds. When my ears stopped ringing, I heard screaming. The lead truck was on fire. Staff Sergeant Mitchell was in that truck. Everyone froze. We trained for this 1,000 times, but training doesn't prepare you for watching your squad leader burn. Torres was yelling something but not moving. Nobody was moving. I don't remember deciding to run. I just remember running. The heat hit me first, then the smoke. I couldn't see anything, but I could hear Mitchell screaming from inside. The door was jammed shut from the blast. I pulled so hard I felt something in my shoulder tear. The door came open. Mitchell was pinned under twisted metal. His leg bent at an angle that made my stomach turn. I grabbed him under the arms and pulled. He screamed louder. I pulled harder. Small arms fire started hitting the dirt around us. Someone was shooting at us from the buildings. I didn't care. I just kept dragging Mitchell toward cover, while bullets kicked up dust at my feet. Torres finally snapped out of it and started returning fire. The rest of the squad followed. By the time I got Mitchell behind our vehicle, medevac was already inbound. Mitchell grabbed my vest and pulled me close. His face was burned and bloody, but his eyes were clear. He tried to say something, but couldn't get the words out. Then he passed out. He survived. Lost the leg below the knee, but he survived. I spent 2 weeks in the hospital for second-degree burns on my arms and a torn rotator cuff. When I got back to the squad, nobody made jokes about my name. Torres wouldn't even look at me. I figured they were embarrassed about freezing up. 3 months later, we were back stateside for an award ceremony. The whole battalion was there. Families, brass, everyone. The colonel walked to the podium and started reading citations. I wasn't really listening until I heard my name. For extraordinary heroism in the face of enemy fire, Private First Class Marcus Kralik, with complete disregard for his own safety, exposed himself to direct enemy contact to rescue a fellow soldier from a burning vehicle. The room was dead silent. The colonel continued. His actions reflect great credit upon himself, his unit, and the United States Army. I walked up to receive the Bronze Star with valor. The colonel pinned it on my chest and shook my hand. When I turned around, I saw Torres. He was crying. After the ceremony, Staff Sergeant Mitchell rolled up in his wheelchair. He looked at my medal, then at me. "Guess you really are a Kralik." I laughed. He laughed. Then he saluted me from his chair. Nobody ever made jokes about my name again. Every subscribe helps our community grow.